Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
As for the game, the top priority for the Dogs was to snap their three-game losing streak, a back-and-forth contest. First half, Nas Carter, the steal and layup the other way. This kid is so much fun to watch. Colorado answering with a 7-0 run, but Dominic Green stops it with a three-pointer. Green, 11 points in his first start of the season. Huskies up by 5 at halftime. Colorado keeping it close. The steal and alley-oop jam from Tyler Bay. Bay leading the Buffs with 11 points. UW not backing down, though. David Crisp, great pass to Jalen Noel, part of a 14-2 run for the Huskies. Noel, 11 points, and what a game for Matisse Thybulle, balling out, little screen, and then flies on in for the dunk. Crisp getting fancy, little behind-the-back pass, and Thybulle able to knock down the tray. That is nice. Thybulle, a game high 26 points last night, and caps it with a steal and the layup on the other end. Huskies cruise to the 82-59 win, a victory they had to have.
We just got to remember what got us there. And you know, these guys, listen, you can show them all you want. They got to go out and play. And those guys, I got to give them a lot of credit. They battled, they competed against a really good basketball team tonight. And, you know, the guys, they want to go out and show everybody that they're a good basketball team. I thought they did that tonight.
And over in Pullman yesterday, Ernie Kent, the Cougars looking for back-to-back wins for the first time since earlier this season. Utah just couldn't miss anywhere from the floor yesterday. Justin Bibbins and Gabe Beeler leading the charge. Utah with 8 three-pointers in the first half and a 17-0 run. Wazoo falling down by 20, then gets back into the ball game. Robert Franks, a three-pointer, part of a 15-2 run. Cougs trailing by 10 at halftime. Franks, 18 points.
Cops busted running major steroid ring selling roids to other cops for years. 2 police officers were tried and found guilty of trafficking anabolic steroids as they made a killing selling them to their fellow cops. By Matt Agarist, February 18, 2018. Edmonton CA2 Edmonton police officers were found guilty this week for running a highly profitable steroid ring selling anabolic steroids to fellow cops. Edmonton police officer Greg Lewis was tried and convicted on multiple counts of trafficking a controlled substance while he ostensibly protected the people of Edmonton. Given the convictions on 2 of those charges, disciplinary proceedings under the police service regulation will now be initiated, said EPS spokesperson Carolyn Marin. In their decision, however, the court somewhat justified the cops' use and sale of steroids as a means of being fit. While reading his decision, Brooker detailed how Lewis, 36, was a proponent of fitness who had a reputation for knowing where to find steroids, reported CBC. Lewis has been on unpaid suspension since he was busted in March of 2015. After a 2-year investigation by the Alberta Serious Incident Response Team, Lewis was finally charged. During the trial, Lewis admitted to both using steroids and selling them to his colleagues. What's more, his fellow cops even testified that they bought the drugs from him. The other officer charged with Lewis, Darren French, pleaded guilty in June 2016 to 2 counts of trafficking stanozolol and methyl-1-testosterone, according to CBC. While Lewis's sentencing has been delayed until further notice, French received a slap on the wrist for his role in the ring. French was given probation and a $1,500 fine and was allowed to retire with his pension for his 25 years of service. While it is certainly the belief of the Free Thought Project that anyone should be able to put anything into their own body without persecution of the state, police officers using anabolic steroids, which included a host of aggressive side effects, is an extremely bad idea. There is no question that many police officers use performance-enhancing drugs. In fact, the problem of police steroid use became so bad, in 2004, the DEA intervened to warn of the possible psychological disturbances of roid-raging cops. The DEA said symptoms included mood swings, including manic-like symptoms leading to violence, impaired judgment, stemming from feelings of invincibility, depression, nervousness, extreme irritability, delusions, hostility and aggression. Eventually, a few years later, the International Association of Chiefs of Police, made up of 16,000 members worldwide, set a standard that calls upon state and local law enforcement entities to establish a model policy prohibiting the use of illegally obtained steroids by officers. However, this policy never happened. Not only do cops vehemently resist being drug tested by their departments, claiming it is a violation of their civil rights, they are also frequently caught selling steroids. Steroid cops. This is one of the dirty little secrets of American law enforcement, says Gregory Gilbertson, a former Atlanta cop who teaches criminal justice in the Seattle area and works as a legal expert on police standards and practices, according to Alternet. Steroid testing is declining, and I think there's an attitude in all these agencies of see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, because they don't want to know about it. Because if they know about it, then they have to address it. These Edmonton cops are not alone either. As the Free Thought Project previously reported, Darian Holywell, 51, was arrested and charged for not only taking steroids but dealing them to other SWAT deputies on the force, as well as people outside the agency. As Alternet pointed out, the cases of cops using and selling steroids are anything but isolated. These are some of the cases that have made news in the past year, though there likely are others that have not been revealed publicly. In June, a Jeffersonville, IND, cop, Anthony Mills, resigned after pleading guilty to possession of steroids. His attorney told the media that Mills did not consider steroids to be illegal drugs. This spring, authorities in Edmonton, Alberta, revealed that a handful of police officers had been involved in the use or distribution of stanozolol, the steroid commonly sold as Winstrol. More than 30 officers in Edmonton have been implicated in steroid use in the past few years, according to press reports there. In January, a Portland, Oregon cop who faced firing for a positive steroid test was allowed to resign. Last fall, a scandal rocked police in the Augusta, GA, area when a man arrested for steroids possession gave authorities a list of steroid users among local law enforcement officers. At least one deputy resigned. Authorities denied that the list included as many 30 others. Also last fall, the Miami New Times revealed that Miami-Dade police officers had been customers of Biogenesis, a South Florida steroid clinic at the heart of professional baseball's ongoing doping scandal. The dangers of cops taking steroids are obvious, as the rage associated with their use can become uncontrollable. All too often, we see police officers immediately escalate situations to violence when de-escalation would have been far easier and safer. Steroids could be the reason. I keep seeing all of these cases where the level of anger and violence shown by officers makes no sense, Gilbertson says. And when things don't make sense, they don't make sense for a reason. Maybe steroid rage is a reason so many police officers seem so angry and aggressive. Cops on the juice feel indestructible, as if they have superhuman strength. Or as the DEA puts it, the idea of enhanced physical strength and endurance provides one with the invincible mentality when performing law enforcement duties. Starting to make sense now? Reasonable suspicion should be raised if they shoot somebody or beat the living daylights out of somebody, Dan Handelman, a founding member of Portland COPWATCH told Alternet. In some of these recent cases, the officers seemed to be pumped up and were not necessarily working in a calm and level-headed manner. We wonder how much of this was coming from natural adrenaline and how much coming from other substances. Become a patron.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me, and I'm sick of it. So I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.